we recently launched something we call Commerce Grid, which is our SSP. And that's exciting because it allows a new way for publishers to participate in commerce media, which is incredibly exciting. So in many ways, Criteo is the plumbing that allows the transactions to take place. And it does so in a way that's valuable because the holy grail for commerce media, why brands and agencies love it so much, is the ability to have closed loop reporting, to see exactly how your ad dollars are working. And our platform, the more channels, the more media, the more retailers that we can visualize that, is just better for brands and agencies as well.
Well, 2023 has been a fantastic year for us. We had a fantastic base in on-site, Criteo and the industry overall too. And now we're going to go into off-site to really go at scale, also top of funnel. And in-store has become really important for us. We've made an acquisition in Australia, a company called Brand Crush, which gives us the opportunity to really integrate all of these things into in-store as well.
But I think what's really different about our approach to the ecosystem and what so many of our clients on the brand and agency side have been asking for is help solve for this fragmentation by doing a few things. One, provide simplified, consolidated workflows when I'm managing across retailers. Provide reporting that is apples to apples and gives me a common view of metrics, maybe not standardized because I might want to look at metrics that are different than another brand, but a common view of how I look at metrics across apples. And then a consistent way to allocate budget across retailers, target across retailers, optimize across retailers, so I can go from having static pools of budget to something more dynamic that really reflects how consumers shop and how consumers want to be treated by brands.
So right now we're talking about unifying the digital media budgets, and I think that's a good starting point and very powerful. I think it's the full potential of what commerce could be for media owners, and the idea, the progression that we'd like to make is start with what we're talking about, tap into unify the retail budgets and the commerce budgets, but then taking that and saying, okay, what else can I do as a publisher? So how do I start to create new creative experiences that are more commerce informed? What's the way that I should be thinking about commerce as part of my affiliate, but even just my shoppables experience? And do I want to step fully into transactable and allow consumers to not only do research and even some of the shopping and browsing on my site, but actually complete the purchase on my site? So we see kind of a full spectrum of publishers just tapping into it and in more of the traditional digital media dollar sense, all the way to becoming pseudo retailers themselves, and I think that's an exciting change that the industry is going through.
Our journey began 3 years ago with the creation of the data analytics function at PepsiCo. The company at the time, decided we needed to stand up this end-to-end digital mothership that would really be the vanguard for digital change at PepsiCo. 3 years ago, we hired our first employee, Vikram Sumaya, our chief data officer. Fast forward to today, we're 750 folks that really do span across so many different functions. Partnerships, my slice of the world, but also engineering, data science, strategy, governance, stewardship, you name it, we're all together in one team. So being digitally nimble, learning from our mistakes, and really kind of iteratively building has been part of our genesis, really part of our charter from beginning. So leaning into data clean rooms has been an easy jump from this foundational thinking that we started with.
In fact, equally, we've got well over 70 retailers in EMEA. So there's quite a few retailers. And I think, you find them of all shapes and sizes. And I would say in the APAC region, it's more of the marketplaces. So we had acquired a company called Mabaya specifically to help. And I'd say even more so, APAC is influencing trends because more and more retailers are going to become hybrid in terms of really growing their footprint with customers. And just as you've seen with Walmart, you're seeing with Target, they're growing their marketplaces. So it's interesting to see just the influence across each of the different regions. I would say that, in EMEA, it's much more content focused. It is definitely, I would say, they are further ahead, in my opinion, when it comes to omni. And I would say with the US, it's certainly more of the digital. And then, of course, with APAC, it's more of the marketplaces and how do you connect with those sellers. So it's been fun to see the scope across the business and how it changes.
Yeah, so we launched Uber Advertising about 12 months ago. It's been an exciting journey. I've been, here for the ride. I joined Uber this time last year, so kind of seen the build of it. And what, the impetus of Uber advertising was that we have this massive global scale of users. They're already on the platform. They're already taking rides. They're already ordering grocery and convenience. How can we hit them with a message at the right time when we know that they're attentive, we know that they want to see it? So, it was a natural progression from having a global community of monthly active platform consumers to then serving them messages when they wanted to see them. In that way, it feels very endemic. It kind of is. People have said, "Why? We thought you did this already. Why are you doing it now?" But it feels very natural. It's like the consumer wants to see it. They're in the mindset to receive the messages, and we're here to deliver it. So it's been a very, very easy progression into advertising.
Yeah, I think the corollary to the challenge that comes with being an earlier mover is the opportunity. And I think the companies that are sort of moving fastest right now are the ones, they're taking a few lumps in terms of figuring out sort of the best way to scale, the best way to drive value, realize value, the best way to organizationally support the program. But they are going to be well ahead of their peers and their competitors as we sort of move into next year. And so you think about sort of, we're talking the solutions and the patterns not yet established. Well, the first movers are the ones that are establishing the patterns. And so they're just going to be that more well-positioned to sort of to scale, to move quickly, and to be really deriving value as the rest of the industry catches up.